welcome to the first episode of A Story for Your Query. Let us start with the episode on sensitivity. Constant development is the law of life. Development brings about a change. Even as the old aging cells in our body die, new ones are replacing them. In short, change is a constant, and change begets change. Heard these things before? These are some of the cliched statements that we've been hearing. The fact is that not all change can lead to a better world. To that end, each of us must work for self-improvement. Racial comments, sexual harassment, and such are a stigma to the society. We need to focus on values and character formation as an important aspect of development. There is a touching story from a father. Let me share it with you. It was a Saturday evening, and young 8-year-old Sindhu was sitting at the table. She was crying. She did not want to eat the food that was served to her. Generally, this is what happens at home. When mom cannot handle the situation, she calls out to the dad. So Sindhu's mom was no exception. Dad was called in to resolve the issue. And girls have a special bond with their dads. So dad asked her, "What was the matter, Sindhu?" Sindhu said she did not like the food. So the dad cajoled her and tried to make her understand. But Sindhu would not give in. So finally, it came to a point where Dad and Sindhu had to decide to compromise. And there was a negotiation that happened between the two of them. And now came the bombshell. She announced that she would like to shave the hair off her head. Mom was shocked. "Atrocious," she said. "Impossible. Nobody has ever done this in our family, ever before." She went on rambling. "She has been watching too much of television. Our culture is getting totally spoilt with these TV programs." Mom had finally found somebody to blame. Father was the calmer person of the two. "Sindhu, darling, why don't you ask for something else?" he said. "We feel sad seeing you with a clean-shaven head." "No, Dad, I don't want anything else," Sindhu said with finality. "Please, Sindhu, why don't you try to understand our feelings?" "Now you're going back on your words, Dad. Was it not you who told me that we should honor our promise no matter what?" Now it was time for the dad to call the shots. He declared that the promise must be kept. With her head clean shaven, Sindhu had a round face and her eyes looked big and beautiful. On Monday morning, her dad dropped her at school. It was a sight to watch hairless Sindhu walking towards her classroom. She turned around and waved. Her father waved back with a smile. Just then, a boy alighted from a car and shouted, "Sindhuja, wait for me." The boy was hairless too. And before one could say Jack Robinson, the boy's mom got off the car and walked up to Sindhu's dad to explain that her son had undergone chemotherapy and he refused to come to school because he felt students would tease him. And Sindhu told him during her visit that teacher had explained to them and they should help their friends, and she knew a way to help him out. It can be argued that the parents helped Sindhu with the right sensitivity or that the teacher did. To my mind, it is the teacher and the parents together who help the child to hone the right kind of values. They need to work in tandem. The children have their own way of responding. How does sensitivity help the individuals in adult life? Sensitivity could be towards those who are less privileged than us. It could be towards your staff, your spouse, gender discrimination, sensitivity towards the environment, and so on. Use of a language that is assertive but not hurting is a sign of sensitivity, an essential quality of a team leader. A superior should be alert to the fact that words are like arrows sent out of the quiver. They cannot be taken back. Sensitive individuals tend to help others and care about what happens to the people around them. How to work towards inculcating values among children? Firstly, remember, values are not taught but caught. Parents need to be role models for children. Children see, children do. Be aware of what you are modeling. If you talk honesty but lie about their age to to get a cheaper ticket to an amusement park, it not only puts the child in a confusion, but they also learn that cheating is okay under certain circumstances. Label and reinforce expression of values. For example, your child shares a stuffed toy with a visitor. Say specifically, "It was nice of you to share the stuffed toy with your friend. I'm proud of you." Be aware of the manner in which you speak. Opinions you express shall influence the kid's values. Bad mouthing the school in front of the kids is not going to make the child feel proud of one's school. Teachers and parents need to work in tandem. Encourage your child's initiatives that express budding values. If your child wants to start a cleanliness drive, help the child in organizing it. Set standards that are appropriate for the child's age and enforce these standards consistently. Reward the child for complying with the standards. If a child has aced a competitive exam, reward the child. Before you take the child to the shop, have a talk and make the child realize the toy that she or he chooses should not be higher than the amount that you have agreed upon. So let the child look at the MRP and buy. Model compassion to the children. Finally, let me quote Carol Hillman. One of the most important things we adults can do for our young children is to model the kind of person that we would like them to be. Unquote. If you have any questions, send them over to me on yourquerymystory@gmail.com, and I shall try to answer them as quickly as I possibly can. See you next week. Take care.